Good morning, gamers. For Monday, February 6th, 2017, my name is Greylock, and this is your daily wrap-up of the morning gaming news. And with that, I'm kind of tired, so this is going to be an abridged edition because, well, the Super Bowl happened last night, and that was only a few hours ago. So let's go ahead and get started here. And for our first story, we have a story that the PS4 will soon support external drives, USB drives, and 3D movies in VR, as well as having the ability to set in-game screenshots as your wallpaper. Now these are, the support for external USB drives and screenshots have been in the Xbox One for a while. The support for external drives have been in it from the beginning. But this is pretty cool for PS4 owners, especially if you have the PSVR. You can now watch 3D movies in that headset. Not that the head tracking would do anything, but that's pretty cool. So kudos to Sony. They're continuing to add new features via updates. So that's very cool. Let's look at our next story here. Oh, and this story was over at Engadget. So let's go on to our next story here. Oh, and this story is basically you can now pre-order the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. So there's the expansion alone, which is about $40. There is the complete edition, which is $60, and then there's a collector's edition, which is showing up here as $100. Now, one of the things with Amazon is if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically save 20%. So you can get that $100 collector's edition for $80. So that's cool. And I'll put my affiliate links in the description of the video and in the show notes on the website. So if you want to support the show, you can order through the affiliate link and make me, like 4% commission, a little commission to help fund the show. So on to our next story here. I found this over at IGN.com. It's basically a Resident Evil 7 article about how to get the different endings. So there's several different endings to the game. And while I'm not playing this, I know a lot of you are loving this game. So just wanted to point that out. This looks like a really nice guide. If you're one of those completionists and you want to get every single different ending, check that out. And the next story is over at GameSpot.com. And these are all the Xbox One exclusives for 2017. This is, if you're watching, this is a picture story. So I'll just go through these pictures quickly here. The first one is Rise and Shine, which is looks like a 2D scroller shooter. The next one is Halo Wars 2, which is an RTS. I think everybody knows that. Cross-buy, not cross-play. Tacoma, which looks like a really, really cool space VR game if you have VR. Cuphead, another kind of a throwback to old animation styling, from what I've seen, like a side-scroller. Crackdown 3, I know there's a lot of Crackdown fans out there, and Crackdown 3 is an exclusive for 2017. I know a lot of people looking forward to that, as well as Phantom Dust. Again, neither of these games are going to be something I get, but I know several people out there are really looking forward to them. Sea of Thieves, which looks really cool and fun, as a game where you can be a pirate and horse around with your friends. State of Decay 2, and finally, that's it. That was the last one. So this last picture is leading to other stories here on GameSpot. All right, so those are Microsoft's exclusives. It's a pretty good roundup for the year. Let's go to the next story here. And this story talks about how in Uncharted 4, survival hardcode mode is now out. And basically what happens with this is if you're playing with your team and you're doing survival, and if you set it to hardcore, you have to make it to level 50 without everybody dying. If everybody wipes, you stop it wherever you were. So you see that in a lot of games, but I wanted to throw this out there. I know Uncharted 4 is extremely popular on the PS4. Uncharted 2 is my favorite PS3 game of all time, so just wanted to throw that out there for Uncharted fans in case you didn't know that. All right, next story here. I thought this was very interesting. Again, it's kind of a light news story day here on Monday morning because of the big Super Bowl last night. So, but in any case, this story talks about not only is the fact that there's a new Rollercoaster Tycoon mobile game out now that combines Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 and 2, but it's a $6 game, and the article actually goes into, over here at GameSpot.com, goes into an interview with Chris Sawyer, the person who wrote this code, and he goes into talking about how he originally wrote the game in assembly, and like it took 500,000 lines of code to make the game work. And I just found that very interesting to hear as a programmer myself, to hear some details of how he wrote this many, many years ago. And so I guess they had converted Transport Tycoon, which I've also played and really enjoyed in years past. And so this is a follow-up to that. And a very interesting story. And they're apparently getting some really good reviews and feedback from the mobile scene on this game. So very interesting. I thought I'd throw that out there. And I think this is our final story here. I wasn't aware of this. But starting a few years ago, all the way back in 2013, a team of modders called Skyrim Oblivion have been trying to get Oblivion into the Skyrim engine. And it looks like they are really got a lot of content already done. So I wanted to throw this out there because I know there's a lot of fans out there of Skyrim. I also am a big fan of Skyrim. But there's also a lot of fans out there of Oblivion. And of course, with all the news of the Morrowind expansion coming into Elder Scrolls Online, I thought this would be very interesting for people to hear about this if they didn't know about it before. So you can find this story over at vg247.com, and again, just search on Sky Oblivion, and you'll find out all about this team that's going through extensive amount of work to bring that original Oblivion game, not that it was the first game of the series, but that Oblivion game into Skyrim. So check that out. And I think that is the last story. So I'm going to wish everybody a great Monday. I hope, unlike me, you got a lot of sleep last night and weren't on that roller coaster ride of a Super Bowl. But now it's done. Football season's over, and we can move on. So have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And, if you enjoy the show, please like it. Please subscribe. Please share it with your friends. And until tomorrow morning, peace.